Amid the thunder of military parades in North Korea, surrounded by chants and missiles, a young woman stands quietly, with a faint smile on her face. At first glance, she looks ordinary, calm, almost harmless. But this is no ordinary woman. This is Kim Yo Jong, the younger sister of North Korea's supreme leader, Kim Jong Un. Behind this innocent face hides a figure many experts now call the most dangerous woman in the world. And these are not just words of critics. Intelligence analysts warn that Kim Yo Jong should never be underestimated. Today on MRTV, we step inside the secretive world of North Korea to understand how this woman silently built a web of power. A woman who knows how to strike with ruthless force and how to disarm enemies with a smile. Why has the world been forced to give her such a terrifying title? Kim Yo Jong was born around 1987 in Pyongyang, although her exact birth date remains uncertain. According to the U.S. Treasury, it was September 26, 1989. While South Korean experts insist it was 1987. What is certain is that she is the youngest daughter of former dictator Kim Jong Il and the biological sister of current ruler Kim Jong Un. Her mother, Ko Yong-hwa, gave birth to 3 children. The eldest, Kim Jong-chul, had no interest in politics and preferred music and a quiet life. The second was Kim Jong-un, the future face of North Korea, and the youngest was Kim Yo Jong, the pampered sister who would later shock the world. She spent her childhood inside elite private compounds in Pyongyang, far from public eyes. For years the world did not even know she existed. She was first seen publicly in 2011, standing silently beside her brother at their father's funeral. To trained observers, this was a powerful signal. She had entered the inner circle of power. From that moment onward, Kim Yo Jong became her brother's most trusted companion. As Kim Jong Un began brutally eliminating obstacles in his path, she was always there, in meetings, ceremonies, and behind the scenes, sometimes carrying documents, sometimes holding an ashtray for her chain-smoking brother. The world thought she was just an assistant, a loyal sister helping her brother. But the truth was far more terrifying. To understand their bond, we must go back to the 1990s. Kim Jong-il secretly sent his children to Europe for education. In 1996, Kim Yo Jong was enrolled in a school in Bern, Switzerland, under a fake identity. Soon after, Kim Jong Un joined her. Both siblings lived under false names, pretending to be ordinary Korean students. But behind the scenes, North Korean officials monitored their apartment 24/7. Undercover bodyguards and relatives surrounded them at all times. In 2000, Kim Yo Jong returned to North Korea. In 2007, she earned a degree in computer science from Kim Il-sung University and quietly joined the Workers' Party. After their father's death, her rise accelerated. By 2012, she was appointed tour manager for Kim Jong-un, a role that gave her control over his movements, security routes, schedules, and logistics. She was only 23 years old. In 2014, North Korean media officially revealed her name for the first time. She was appointed vice director of the propaganda and agitation department, the regime's most powerful psychological weapon. Within a year, she effectively became its true controller. In a male-dominated dictatorship, a woman rising this high was almost unimaginable. Through propaganda, she reshaped Kim Jong-un's image to resemble his grandfather, Kim Il-sung. By this point, experts believed she was just as responsible for North Korea's oppression as her brother. In 2017, the U.S. Treasury sanctioned Kim Yo Jong. In 2018, she stunned the world by attending the Winter Olympics in South Korea, the first member of North Korea's ruling family to ever step onto South Korean soil since the Korean War. Her smiles, diplomatic gestures, and secret letters created an illusion of peace, but experts warned it was all part of a calculated propaganda trap. From 2018 to 2019, she stood beside her brother during historic summits, including meetings with South Korean President Moon Jae-in and U.S. President Donald Trump. Every image was carefully managed, every angle controlled. When nuclear talks collapsed in late 2019, she temporarily disappeared from the spotlight. The world assumed her power was over, but it was only the calm before the storm. In April 2020, Kim Jong Un vanished from public view. Rumors of his death spread worldwide. Then, in the middle of the panic, a chilling statement was released. In Kim Yo Jong's name, she publicly insulted South Korea, calling it a frightened dog that only knows how to bark. The message was clear: if the brother falls, the sister is ready. Weeks later, Kim Jong Un reappeared, and Kim Yo Jong returned with even greater power. She was no longer an advisor. She was the regime's Iron Lady. In North Korea, power is built on blood, and